I would love to share with you some thoughts about service. One question people often ask is, should I run away from service so that I can focus on my research? And I would argue not entirely. I would argue that it's a balance, and service can play an important role in your progression as a scholar, both internally to your organization and externally within professional organizations and journals. So I would like to distinguish between internal service, which is internal to your organization, your university, and like serving on committees, working with your department, working on university level initiatives, and external service. And that's work with our professional organizations like AMA and ACR and EMAC and journals. So, why do you do internal service? Why do you do external service? The reasons are different, but I think they're both important. Internal service is, of course, important because you're a member of your organization and you really want to make it a better place. You also want to establish good working relationships with colleagues, and those colleagues are going to be the people who are voting on your tenure case, on your promotion, considering you for leadership opportunities. So certainly you want to be a good citizen within your organization. Turning to external service, I freely acknowledge that I have some interest in encouraging people to work with journals as the incoming editor-in-chief of JMR. But I have really realized this over a long period of time in my own work. I have been quite active within AMA and in ACR, and I've also served as associate editor for several journals, on the review boards, and as co-editor of JMR, and now editor-in-chief. And the key thing to remember about the role that you play in external service at journals is that you're not blind to the associate editor and the editor-in-chief. In fact, you're creating relationships with those people who are quite knowledgeable in your area of research in many cases. And by writing good reviews, by being constructive in your interactions within that organization, you're establishing a reputation, potentially leading to leadership roles, such as serving on the ERB, serving as associate editor or editor. And those people who are serving in those roles can also be very important to you in writing external letters for you and recommending you for these roles. So, the way these internal service activities and external service activities interact is that when you're thinking about your time, you've got a limited amount of time, you want to balance these two. And one way that they often balance is that when you're playing important external service roles, those are valuable to your school. And so you might be able to lobby for a little bit of time off internal service activities when you're taking external service roles, but certainly balance those in terms of being a good citizen. So I, really feel like I've benefited in my career by creating good relationships across these different organizations. And so I wanted to highlight that to you as you're thinking about your career management and building your personal brand.